Hey, it's Monday. Oh, hold on. There you go. Take that. Hey, watch out. It's morning. Okay.
Hey-o, watch out.
And don't forget.
It's macabre.
Hey,
wanted
guys.
to build the suspense.
You really built this. You had me fooled.
Dude,
I was like, did Scones die?
I have an Uncle Spence. I think he listens. Shout out you, Uncle Spence.
Shout out you, Uncle Spence. You know what they say? Penny a day keeps Uncle Spence away, baby.
That's all he wants.
Sorry.
He's a real humble guy.
Sorry for the... Oh, why is my gain so high?
Mine too. Is Reaper just on one right now?
No. I just looked over and my gain was like, yo, you want to blow out some eardrums? And I was like, sheesh.
I think my Reaper is like 4 or 5 seconds from wilding.
True.
There may be a distinct audio shift at that point in the episode for you listeners. Because I turned down my gain.
Don't worry. Hey guys, the reason let me preface this episode with saying,
once again it's
delayed.
Tuesday.
Well, okay,
but this time for good reason.
This weekend, my daughter came down with a real good case of the I'm sicky ickies. Had that double eye infection, upper respiratory infection, some liquid in the ear. It's been a whole host of different problems. And my 4-month-old son is getting divorced. So like we got,
talk about drama at the
talk
Darge
about
household.
total drama island over here. And so he's trying to figure
HBO
out
series over there.
who's getting the bippies. She's like running a fever. And then my wife also got sick and is running a fever. So now they've been shipped off on a little mini vacation, the two of them, so that our son doesn't get any kind of, so he's literally in my arms right now as we record this.
Oh,
so it's kind of
sheesh. I can't believe
kind of a
let him in here.
kind of a scuffed episode here.
Oh, he's a cutie pie.
I don't know if I like that Phil is talking about him.
Phil, are you big into the Hot Wheels scene? Since you like hot cars?
Hot cars, how are you?
All right, I barely got anything out of that, but
it sounded like he was doing a motor noise.
Yeah, something. I still don't know his opinion on Hot Wheels, but that's okay.
Harry, let me speak.
I still don't know, but that's okay, Phil. That's why we bring you here. It's to give
Let me speak. Hot Wheels are rad.
Okay. They are rad.
Thanks, Phil.
Yes, good call.
Do you want to talk about Hot Wheels, buddy? Say something about Hot Wheels to the microphone. Okay. Well,
all right.
So he's here. So if you hear any
Keep
noises, if you hear any noises, just it's my little boy. But yeah, that's why we're in a little bit of a delay. Had to deal with the sick. We got down with the sickness.
Someone had to.
It's been on repeat in the house since the women left. Because that's what bachelors do.
Hey.
So yeah, it's just me and this dude, and we're listening to nothing but down with the sickness. So,
all right. So welcome to the boys only time.
Yeah, welcome to the No Girls Allowed episode of the podcast.
We're recording from our tree fort right now.
If you're a girl and you have cooties, get out of here.
Yeah, I got a slingshot. You want a mess?
Yeah,
I'll shoot some gum right into your hair.
I got a Hulk action figure that hurts because it's hard plastic.
Oh, heck yeah. When you press it till the arms go down?
Yeah.
Nice.
Sick. It's smashing time.
Fucking red.
So guys, we got another 40 seconds before we're legally obligated to talk macabre.
With nonsense.
Scony, how was your week, baby?
Oh, it's good. I've been watching Studio Ghibli films on HBO Max.
Oh my God, you're maxing out your Ghibli?
You're getting gibbled to the max, my dude.
Which one's your favorite? You a Totoro guy? You
I grew up renting the Totoro VHS from Yankee Video in my hometown.
Oh, nice. Google it, everybody. Find out where he's
Google
at.
it. I bet they closed down before they ever had an internet presence.
No. It's still up and running.
No, it's gone. And that is 5 minutes, everybody.
Guys, welcome to Monday Morning Macabre, the show where me and Scones talk about spooky, creepy stuff, as you can tell. This week, Sconey's gonna
Boys
bring
Week,
you
like
the
we talked about. So
it's
naturally,
Boys Week. We're not wearing shirts at the beach.
So naturally, we're talking about Lavinia Fisher, America's first female serial killer.
Yeah. Boop, boop, boop.
Brah. Band.
Band.
Play
Boy
that
band.
boy beat.
Boy band? Play that boy beat. Thanks, Beat Boys, for the boy beat.
The Beat Boys?
The Beat Boys. Scony, what was her name? Like Lavinia Fisher?
Yeah. Take the 405 down to La Cienega, dude. You're gonna hop off at
yeah, you guys
Step
like
you right out to
traffic?
Mulholland. Anyway, Pacific Coast Highway. We got another article from allthat'sinteresting.com. Ever heard of it? Thanks, Aaron
Dumbass.
Kelly, for laying down this bebop boop.
Thanks, Aaron. Aaron or Aaron?
Yeah, Aaron.
Is that Aaron or is it Erin?
No, it's Aaron. Like, she wouldn't be allowed in our tree fort.
Oh, okay, that was actually what I was trying to get to. It was like, is he or she allowed in the tree fort? Yay or nay?
Lavinia Fisher.
Oh,
You all right, dude?
yeah. Sorry, just big exhale there.
Lavinia Fisher owned an inn outside of Charleston. Oh my!
All right, she owned a tree fort in Charleston.
She owned a tree fort outside of Charleston, South Carolina, where some say she murdered hundreds of travelers before her arrest and execution in 1820.
Oh, this is like bitch. I don't know. That's probably insensitive.
We're going back. I mean, she's a murderer, dude. I don't think you really can be insensitive
That's
to
true.
her. But
all right. Well, I don't mean to degrade.
someone might, comment. Hey, don't be mean to the serial killers.
Hey, come on. This is an old.
That's someone's daughter you're talking about.
As a daughter father,
As a girl dad, as a girl boy dad, as a boy girl
as
dad.
hashtag dads and grads girl dad.
Do you consider yourself a girl dad or a boy dad, or a girl boy dad or a boy girl dad?
Ooh, so many options.
There are.
This pundit square is.
Oh yeah, you're doing your
squares.
Mendelian genetics there. Shout out,
shout out to genetics.
shout out, Gregor Mendel.
About to get web feet.
In the early 1800s, Lavinia Fisher ran an inn just outside of Charleston, South Carolina.
Ooh.
She would charm male guests who stopped for the night on their way to the port city, chat with them about their travels, then poison them with oleander tea.
Dude, I bought my wand from that guy.
His wasteland of a fate. Or at least that's how the story goes. So we got a little fact or fiction going on here, Darce.
Little who done it? Little whoozy woozy.
Was it Professor Plum? Not in my movie theater. It was in your movie theater.
Sheesh.
Dude, no other movie's done that. Shout out to Clue.
Yeah, shout out to Clue for reinventing what cinema could be.
They would that be instantly ruined by like YouTube or something? Some like YouTuber would be like, "Hey guys, what up? We're here to discuss all possible endings."
Yo, we've got the 5 best Clue endings. Number 3 is gonna make you scream at your waiter.
Yo, Tom Holland already leaked all endings.
BuzzFeed's like
we would
top
have 13
done.
sexiest endings for this movie. You won't believe number
for the movie
7.
of Clue. Yeah. Dr. whatever. Dr. Green. No, I forget the doctor's name. Anyway, Professor Plum in the library with the pipe. Well, he's got a doctorate, so.
Lavinia Fisher really did own an inn along the road to Charleston, and she was put to death for highway robbery in 1820, according to the Post and Courier. So, highway robbery, very serious crime in the 1820.
I mean, still pretty serious crime today, I'd say.
I don't think you get put to death for it.
In my county, you do, son.
Sheesh. Sweet. But the rest of her story has been filled in over the years by low country locals, horror tale enthusiasts, and ghost tour leaders looking to entertain their customers.
Ghost tortellinis?
Yeah, you got ghost tortellinis, horror tale mozzarellas,
Sheesh.
low country linguinis.
Old country, no country for old greenies.
Why
does it feel like I'm not allowed to say
it? Feels like a bad word. I don't know.
know.
I thought the same thing, but I couldn't
It's just
place it.
linguini, but I took the lin out. Why does that sound? Anyway.
Some claim that Lavinia was the first female serial killer in America, with police finding hundreds of skeletons buried beneath the inn after her arrest. Others don't believe she ever killed anyone at all. So what's the
That's a
truth?
wide
Yeah,
range.
it really runs the gambit of she's fine or she killed everybody. So what's the truth behind the legend of Lavinia Fisher? Was she actually a serial killer? Or is she simply the victim of an embellished myth?
Dude.
I hope I'm have an embellished myth when I'm gone.
Honestly, when I'm gone, just carry on. I forget the rest of the song lyrics, but I hope that when I die, my kids go, hey, look at all of this archival evidence of our dad being a weirdo on the internet.
Now, I hope people make up stories that I'm a vampire or something.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Dude, I want to be a vampire too, bro.
No, I already picked it. You got to pick a different one.
I'll be a werewolf!
In 1819, the 6 Mile Wayfarer House on the outskirts of Charleston, South Carolina, hosted travelers and traders heading to and from the city. Lavinia Fisher ran the inn with her husband, John. The attractive young couple, sheesh, was well respected in town.
The 9 out of 10
yeah,
couple.
hot toddies being served there.
Hot chocolate.
Even though Lavinia was notorious for flirting with male guests,
She.
the beautiful 27-year-old woman would subtly turn her conversations with the men toward finances, asking them what line of work they were in or what they planned to buy or trade in Charleston. If they seemed wealthy, Lavinia would serve them tea poisoned with oleander leaves before sending them off to their room for the night.
Yo, shout out to Ollivander's Wizards, Wands, and Wizards.
John Fisher would then creep into the men's rooms and rob them after the tea worked its magic.
Wait, so by magic they mean poison?
Oh, yeah. He'd run in, tickle them, take their money, and they'd be dead the whole time.
It's not against the rules if they're dead. Tickle, tickle.
Yeah, that's the rules. You can tickle dead people.
Yeah. Don't tickle living people because they'll go,
Stop. Dead people, no complaints.
no complaints. Stiff as a board.
In some versions of the legend, the unwary guests die of poisoning and the Fishers bury them beneath the inn. In others, the tea simply renders the men unconscious and John finishes them off after he steals their money.
Why not just... Okay, well...
Gives them the old stabby.
Do you think it was a stabby or like a...
Nah, it's probably too messy. It's probably a...
Like a closey throaty?
Yeah, I think it's a pillow over the facey.
Oh, yeah. One-sided pillow fight?
Yeah. Yeah. And in the most elaborate version of the tale, the men's bodies fall through the floor of their open room after a trap door that the Fishers...
Wait, there's Sweeney Todd in them?
Yeah, pretty much. Fishers rigged beneath the bed suddenly opens, and then they're eaten by the Rancor monster.
But an alligator?
Oh,
Yeah,
even
okay.
better.
I was going to say. Dude, if they have a Rancor in their basement, that's my favorite version of if you give a mouse a cookie.
If you give a Rancor a victim.
Love it. He's going to ask for some television time.
These stories first began circulating when men in the area started complaining about a group of crooked highwaymen cheating at poker games hosted by local inns, such as the one run by the Fishers and the nearby 5 Mile House. Furthermore, a farmer named Stephen Lacoste reported a cow stolen right out of his pasture.
Did he start Lacoste?
Yeah, he had a crocodile. Yeah,
sweet
after
crocodile.
his cow
like
was stolen,
pet.
he really started into fashion.
He's like, I finally have an excuse to start my dream.
Think about that, folks. That's all it takes. Go follow your dream.
That's all
Don't
it
wait.
takes.
Don't wait for your cow to
Don't
get
wait.
stolen.
You play plan B might fail, so why not try it plan A?
He accused the highwaymen of expanding their gambling schemes to outright thievery. John and Lavinia Fisher happened to be a part of this gang of highwaymen. You know, you don't see highwaymen anymore.
No, you really don't. I was just thinking this, Scony. I was thinking, wow, I was at a toll booth the other day. A guy comes up to me, he says, give me all your cash. And I said, fuck, so refreshing.
Now that's highway robbery.
Hey, next week on Monday Morning Macabre.
Townspeople began whispering about events at the 5 Mile House and the 6 Mile Wayfarer House and gathered a group of vigilantes. The mob first ran out the inhabitants of the 5 Mile House and burned it to the ground. So good mob justice.
Good job.
I'm sure nothing went wrong. Then they moved to the Fisher's Inn and again drove all the occupants out, leaving a local man named David Ross on guard to make sure that the Fishers and their accomplices never returned.
On guard.
According to the Legends of America, 2 men showed up at the 6 Mile Wayfarer House the next morning, attacked Ross, and brought him to the group of highwaymen. When he spotted Lavinia Fisher, he was relieved because he thought the beautiful woman would help him. Instead, she choked him and smashed his head through a window.
Jeez.
Pretty cool.
All right, you can come in the treehouse. That's cool.
That's cool stuff. You're allowed. Somehow Ross escaped and fled the scene, leaving the highwaymen to reclaim the 6 Mile Wayfarer House as their criminal lair.
Is their Batcave?
Pretty much. It's their Sling and Dingers Volcano Island.
Even better reference.
Lavinia, had the group of criminals occupying the inn let things cool down at this point, perhaps Lavinia Fisher's story would have had a different ending.
But no.
However, just after Ross escaped, Fisher was right back to her old tricks.
Oh no.
Yeah.
She's a real
She's a trick girl. You know it don't matter anyway.
I'm going to provide backing trumpet track for the next part of the story.
Please do. She soon served a new... Okay, there it is. She soon served a new guest by the name of John Peoples some of her famous tea. I can't focus on the trumpet now.
You can't focus on the trumpet?
No, I can't
Or
focus
you can
with
only
the trumpet.
focus... Oh, okay, sorry. Do you want me to go trombone?
Yeah, that's more my octave.
Okay.
Luckily for Peoples, he didn't care for tea.
That's the really bad. I don't know what a trombone... How do you do a trombone?
But not wanting to seem impolite, he dumped the tea out while Lavinia wasn't looking. She cooked for him and chatted him up for some time afterward. Finally, she led him to his room. Suddenly...
This sounds like a fairy tale.
I mean,
But continue.
it's up to you, listener. Do you believe this old myth tale?
I don't want to get us off the rails because we've been very on rails thus far.
Yeah, I'm an on-rail type of guy.
Hey, call Scone the metro station.
Suddenly, Peoples felt uncomfortable. He realized he disclosed a lot of information to Fisher that might make him a target for robbery now. That's why you never talk to anybody about anything.
Yeah, anyone asks you anything, you say, I plead the fifth. Get my lawyer.
Just tell him you work in sanitation. In an attempt to stay up and keep watch, Peoples dozed off in a chair rather than the bed, until a loud noise woke him. He saw that the empty bed had disappeared into what was now a giant hole in the floor.
Ooh, I love this. I love it if it's true. I love.
You love it if it's true you love? Darce, you're a homeowner, right?
Wow. Yeah.
What's your
Who's
excuse for
asking?
not having a trap door?
Who says I don't, baby? Come by and drink some
oh,
tea.
dear me.
Ooh.
Dear me, dear boy.
boy. Just say the old vacation those two women took might not have been down to the old islands. You know what I'm saying?
People escaped this room via a window and rode his horse into Charleston to alert authorities.
Yeah.
Now, police had both Ross's and People's testimony against the Fishers, and they immediately took action.
Okay.
In February 1819, the sheriff collected another posse of citizens and surrounded the 6 Mile Wayfarer House.
I love it.
They forcibly removed the Fishers along with 4 other members of the gang and set the inn ablaze. In an
Okay.
outbuilding, they found the hide of the missing cow. John and Lavinia Fisher were then taken to jail.
All right. On God, this be good.
According to legend, police dug up grounds surrounding the inn and discovered a maze of hidden passageways. So we're on that
Okay.
fucking...
I love
We're on that... What's his name?
H.H. Holmes shit.
We're on that H.H. Holmes grind.
Run the jewels. Yeah.
Alright.
I think that I really want this to be the truth because it's way cooler than just being like, oh, they put the person to sleep and hit him in the head with a bat. Like, I like
They bopped them.
I like that they're like, yo, we got to make a whole tunnel system under the house. We got to, or like one of them said this and the other one was like, what are you talking about? Like,
We just bonked them on the head.
as a married individual, that's how it would have got. I would have been like, okay, we need a trap, a bed that turns into a trap hole, and then it goes into a labyrinth of thing. And my wife would be like, dude, just like put him
Just
in.
bonk him.
Yeah, just bonk him on the head. What are you talking about?
Just buy an oversized wooden mallet and bonk him over the head.
Exactly. Make it so that his tongue rolls out of his mouth like a staircase, and then we're good.
Yeah, and then the birds fly around his head.
Yeah.
They reportedly found items belonging to dozens of guests, a mechanism for opening the floorboards beneath the bed, and a plethora of human remains.
Hell yeah, brother.
John and Lavinia Fisher pleaded not guilty, but at their trial in May 1819, A jury sentenced them to death by hanging for the crime of assault with intent to murder.
I love the old like, oh, you found a bunch of dead bodies and murder weapons and things to assist in murder. Not guilty, baby. Wasn't me. Never seen that before in my life.
That trapdoor is for other stuff.
Yeah, it's for like kissing.
Yeah, for kissing while falling.
Yeah.
The best.
Yeah.
The courts, however, gave the Fishers time to appeal their conviction. While waiting on the appeal, the couple concocted an escape plan. Since they were kept together in a cell that was not heavily guarded, they were able to craft a rope out of blankets and lower it through the hole John created beneath the barred window. So they were kept in the same cell together?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, this sounds like a romantic evening.
It does. Sheesh. Get Darce a babysitter.
But not for me.
On the day of their planned escape, John made it safely to the ground, but when Lavinia tried to climb down, the rope snapped, leaving her stranded.
That sucks. I'd be like, all right, well, guess this is goodbye.
Hey, it is the boys episode.
Hey, gotcha.
Johnny's out. Or is he?
Oh,
John
no.
refused to flee without his wife. And
Loser,
simp.
simp.
Simp. He won't come out with the boys because his wife's in prison. It's like just one beer, bro. He was captured in prison. He would be captured and imprisoned once again. In January 1820, the courts formally rejected the Fishers' appeal and scheduled their execution for February 4th.
Oh,
This date was later pushed back so the Fishers could have time to make peace with God.
dude.
Dad.
Dad, if I'm on death row, I'd be like, yo, give me a week.
Got on my pace with old G-Man.
I need to talk to daddy above.
Daddy above. Daddy above.
There's a daddy and a son, and they live in the clouds.
Daddy and son.
That's my
Daddy and son.
Rock Lobster version of the Bible. B52
Coming soon
is-
to a playhouse near you.
Yeah. There's a daddy and a son, and they live in the clouds.
Live in the clouds. Live in the clouds.
Sheesh.
A local minister, Reverend Richard Furman, counseled the couple to prepare for their deaths. John begged the minister to save his mortal soul, but Lavinia would not speak, believing a pardon was coming.
You wrong.
At the time, there was a law stating that married women could not be executed, so Lavinia thought she was
What?
safe.
What a crazy
According to
law.
Sci-Fi, the judge said there was no law against executing a widow, so he would simply have John hanged first.
That's hilarious.
Just fucking got her, dude.
Yeah, he's like, dude, he pulled like he pulled out his death note and was like,
You're gonna be a widow for all of 30 seconds.
oh, you're a widow now. Gra-ta-ta-ta-ta.
In the morning of February 18th, 1820, John and Lavinia Fisher were transported from the jail cell to the gallows. John quietly prayed with Reverend Furman and proclaimed his innocence to the crowd of onlookers gathering to watch the execution.
Do you think any of the onlookers have ever been like, you know what? I think he's innocent now.
They're like, you know what? This is kind of fucked up. We're all just here, huh?
Yo, wait, what's gonna happen?
Dude, remember, like,
I thought this was a play.
yeah. People used to, that used to be
Yeah,
entertainment.
that was like-
it
yeah,
was
that-
like, oh,
like,
the Super
hey-
Bowl? No way. I'm watching people die
Yeah,
today
you'd
in the
have to-
fucking
right.
village square.
Be like, put on your Sunday best, kids. We're gonna go see a man get his skin ripped off.
I wonder what, like, that effect had on the psyche of people.
Probably made him like actually hardcore Americans, not these sensitive
Fear
snowflakes. But for real, it probably traumatized them.
But for real, it probably desensitized the entire group to death. Lavinia did not proceed with dignity. Donned in her wedding dress, she screamed and pleaded for
Whoa.
mercy. She refused to walk to the gallows, so the guards had to drag her. That must have... How do you watch that and are like, this is entertainment? That must... Oh, God.
I can't get the popcorn now. It's getting to the good part.
Yeah, they are terrible people back then.
Yeah.
Finally, coming to terms with her fate, she shouted to the crowd, if you have a message that you want to send to hell, give it to me. I'll carry it.
That's
is
so
fucking metal.
cool. That's so sick.
Then, before the executioner could hang her, she promptly jumped off the scaffold on her own.
That's also pretty metal.
Yeah, she was pretty metal at the end, it looked like. The facts behind the enduring legend. Much of what actually occurred in the case of John and Lavinia Fisher has become exaggerated through the lens of time. Factual details are difficult to find, though several newspaper articles from 1819 and 1820 do cover the events surrounding the Fishers' arrest and execution. In his book, 6 Miles to Charleston, the true story of John Lavinia Fisher. Former
Me
homicide
dancing
detective,
for 6 miles.
Former homicide detective Bruce Orr debunks much of the myth surrounding Lavinia Fisher's story.
Don't do it, Bruce.
The true tale, Orr says, had no trap door. After all, no houses in the South Carolina Low Country have basements. There's no wedding dress either. A newspaper article from the time confirms that the 6 Mile Wayfarer House was burned to the ground and none of the Fisher's belongings would have survived.
You know, I don't like this guy.
Yeah, Mr. Facts and
I'm
Logic.
a hall monitor. Fuck you.
In fact, nearly the entirety of the execution story is fabricated. The version printed in the local newspaper the morning following the Fisher's death simply states, a little past 2 o'clock, the husband and wife embraced each other upon the platform. When the fatal signal was given, the drop fell, and they were launched into eternity. She died without
They were
struggle
launched
or a
into the
groan.
sun.
Yeah, and now they're
Catapulted
stars.
into space.
Definitely not as metal as her being like, anyone got a message for fucking hell?
For the devil? Because I'm bringing it to him.
Fucking don't even need a stamp, baby.
I got a first-class ticket to paradise, baby.
And there likely weren't even any murders at all, which is super sad for them. 2 bodies were found in the woods surrounding the 6 Mile Wayfarer House shortly after the Fishers were arrested, but there's nothing tying them to the couple. So how do we get from Lavinia, the historic highwaywoman, to the murderous legend?
How?
You tell me, listener. No, the execution of the Fishers garnered much public interest. Although Lavinia Fisher was not the first female sentenced to hang, it was novel to see a woman die for the capital crime of highway robbery, especially with her husband beside her.
Dude, I wish females would be sentenced to hang out with me.
Oh,
got him.
Yikes. What a crime would you have to commit?
The worst crime.
Heartbreak. No, much of the legend originates...
Oh, shit.
Much of the legend originates with a Scottish businessman named Peter Nielsen, who claimed that he was present at the Fisher's execution.
Oh, he did it for the ratings.
He did it for the Scots. He wasn't, but he chose to embellish, then publish a version of the story with lots of salacious details nonetheless. So we got a TMZ reporter on the scene.
Yeah, right? He's like, I got pictures of them walking out of a restaurant holding hands.
Oh, no!
Now make a million articles.
How do our kids feel about it?
Yeah!
Then
I'm
what's the
helping.
Then what's the real story here? It's hard to know for sure, but some believe the Fishers were actually innocent victims. According to CHS Today, they may have been targeted because the government wanted their land to build a naval base.
That would be pretty fucked.
Yup, but I would believe it.
But also probably the truth.
Disappointed, but not surprised.
Disappointed
all.
but not surprised. Disappointed but not surprised. Disappointed but not surprised.
After all, the old
Disappointed but not surprised.
Say it!
Okay.
After all, the old Charleston Naval Hospital now sits on the land where the 6 Mile Wayfarer House stood. You know there's ghosts in there.
Yeah, I was going to say, they probably like,
Swinging chains at night.
Well, in fact, today Lavinia Fisher's ghost is said to haunt the jail where she
Yes.
spent the final year of her life.
preach, girl.
Perhaps someday she'll divulge the truth behind the legend herself.
That's just, that's just people being shitty.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on what you believe, but either way, it's macabre. Either way, she's a serial killer or she's the victim of a conspiracy because they want
Scones.
her land. Although there seems easier ways to get people's land.
I was gonna
if you're
say,
the government.
why can't you just be like, oh, we're repossessing your land, goodbye,
Oh,
instead
there's
of being
toxic
like,
sludge. Yeah, like
like, okay, we need to find 2 cadavers and plant them in their backyard, and then and it's like, dude,
make
just
them
say, like,
highwaymen.
yeah, it's just like, be like, can you like, do you guys mind leaving?
Get that Scottish reporter in here.
Instead of spending all the money and resources to do all of that, just be like, here's a check, just leave. Like,
Yeah.
why?
We're the government. Here's a shit ton of money. Get out.
Yeah, we would love to make a naval base here. Here's like $100,000.
Although I guess the government, this is like 1819, so the government isn't like the big honchos they are now.
Yeah, they still have wooden teeth.
Yeah, they still have like fucking John Adams telling them what to do.
Yeah, they still have like wooden teeth though.
they're still like rapping about Hamilton.
Yeah, with wooden teeth.
Yeah, that's what you kids
Yeah.
like. I knew it. We're making it hip.
Focus groups.
Oh, that bullet. Oh, she won an Oscar.
I think it's a busket. He won an Oscar? I thought it was a Tony.
No, the bullet. The woman who played the bullet
Oh.
then starred in West Side Story and won an Oscar,
Does
baby.
Lin-Manuel Miranda, does he an EGOT?
Is he
the EGOT?
Oh, that's the question. I don't know. I mean, I assume he has a Tony. I think that's the safest one to assume. Does he have an Emmy? I think would be the.
Well, isn't like on tape like anything gonna be
What do you mean on tape anything?
like if he released like the audio on like of like the music from?
Isn't that a Grammy?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm saying an Emmy is
Oh,
the one
I'm
that
dumb.
I don't. Yeah. Okay, so that's.
Oh
I'm
no,
glad
he
we've-
did. He won his first element of an EGOT. That was the first one he won. Was an Emmy. Song titled
weird.
"Bigger" for yeah, I don't know. Song titled "Bigger" in the category of outstanding original music and lyrics.
Okay, well, I'm glad we've covered Lin-Manuel Miranda's story.
Someone had to.
Yeah, I think that this was. I mean, it's way cooler if they murder people with a giant, like, Sweeney Todd-esque, like, bed contraption, and then she was like, I'm going to hell. Who wants to give me some man?
Who's coming with me? No one else raised their hand. She's like, "You sure?" It'll go be sick."
Come on, guys. Don't make me do this all by myself. Do a flip.
Just one guy way in the back.
Yeah. I think that's way cooler, but I think in reality it was probably very tame and chill and
Sad.
not sad.
Because that's what real life is. Much more sad than
Yeah,
metal.
true. But
That's
guys,
the lesson you come here for.
you guys are probably like, I don't even know what we talked about this episode because there's so much rambling. But
Dude, this episode took like 2 hours to record, so
Yeah,
I barely know what's going on.
yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sorry it's late. There's been sickness running through my home.
Just run rampant. Also, Patreon, you will having content coming this week too. So
Yeah,
don't you worry.
Patties, if you're a patty, if you're a slappy patty,
If you're a little slappy patty,
if you're slapping some patties,
ooh,
keep an eye out because you're gonna get some hot chocolate and
and hey,
beyond that, hey, guys, check us
Dars,
out.
Happy
what's up,
Father's
Scones?
Day coming up. It's the Father's Day this weekend, I believe.
Oh, get the fuck up!
If you're a dad or if you're a grad, this is the height of your powers, so wield it accordingly.
Yes, the blood moon is coming. I will be conqueror. Yeah, so I'm gonna become supercharged, super strong dad. I'm gonna be able to pick up the tree stumps in the backyard easily.
Yep, and I'm gonna drive by my parents' house and throw like this banana bread I baked poorly through the window. So we'll all
Yeah.
celebrate in our own way.
Yeah. Guys, if you're celebrating Father's Day, make sure you follow us on MondayMorningMacabre.com.
Is there a dad or grad in your life who's a fan? Dars, tell them where to get merch.
Guys, MondayMorningMacabre. MondayMorningMacabre.com / dads and grads for all the.
I wish.
Don't do that. Just go to
I wish
MondayMorningMacabre.com.
that was the only promotion we had throughout the entire year. Nothing on Halloween. Nothing on like anything else. Just dads and grads.
Just this and Arbor Day. So check out Monday Morning Macabre on Instagram, MMMacabrePod on Twitter, MondayMorningMacabre.com for Patreon and merch and all that good stuff. And I hope you guys have a lovely week. And I hope everyone in my house stops being sick.
Yeah, stop it.
Quit it. Goodbye.
Boy.